today we're talking about that awkward moment when someone likes you, you don't feel the same way, you have communicated to them that you don't feel the same way, but for some reasons they just think that your no means yes, or your no means like you're fronting, and then it gradually becomes stalkish behavior. Now, as a man or a woman who isn't inclined to being rude or being very saucy, one would try to adapt ways in which to manage the situation in order not to hurt the other person's feelings. But then again, sometimes these ways don't work. So on the show today, the girls are going to be talking about how do we navigate this very unpleasant situations where somebody feels strongly for you, you don't feel the same way, but they don't seem to get the message. Join me in the studio right about now.
Girlfriends on radio, and this is Ngozi. We're talking about saying no.
No.
Yes.
What part of the no don't you like?
The no. And at what point does no become yes, or no becomes I'm coming, or I'm fronting?
No is no. Like no is no. Like, I know that people actually have eventually gotten yeses from initial no's. Actually, my husband did.
Thinking about it now.
Wow.
Thinking about it now.
Okay, so maybe.
Okay,
so what was your reason for saying no in the first place? Because yes, I guess there's hope when people like you. They're hoping that you will change if they can just convince you about how wonderful they are.
The circumstances are just wrong. So I guess it's sometimes that you're saying no to somebody because it's fundamentally a no. It's not that right now, I'm in school and I really just want to get this phase of my life over. It's like you, the way you are, the way God made you. I can never be.
I don't love you just the way you are.
That's so
so unfortunately, we will be talking about the meanest ways we've heard no. Yemi has one classic example, and I'm glad it wasn't her giving the no. She was the one being told the no. So
I have an example to when you're
and then the most innovative and the most respectful ways we can say no when the person is sane.
Someone walks up to you and says, "Oh hi, I like you," and usually as a girl, you're used to guys walking up because you're a girl, object of many people's fancy, right? Particularly when they know that when you know that you're not hitched,
especially when you're hot.
When you're
when you're
like
Yemi.
You guys chill. Like every girl gets no please. Oh no, why?
I touched it right
No.
Okay, continue.
Yeah, so you need to be careful, right? But girls also get men telling them no, and it happened to me one time.
What happened to you?
I really, really liked the person. I thought it was cool, and I was already we weren't planning to. We met on the phone. A friend of mine was like, "Yemi, your problems are too many. I need to introduce you to somebody." So this guy calls me. We talk. I'm like, no, because bitch is like, sorry, my default answer. Because you don't know the person, so you don't just open up. That's how I think it works.
Mm-hmm.
Just be polite, respect, but you're not gonna get me. Oh, I met you today. Oh yes, you have everything.
No, but maybe.
I never say maybe. I'm just like, I just respect. Yeah, but that's on the side. Mm-hmm. So we had started talking, and then it's working. We report all daily events to each other. Ideas are running through the head. Like, when he's out of town, I'm in Lagos. Okay, so exchanges, how you gonna work? And then all of a sudden, somewhere,
you develop feelings.
I've been thinking about this. Okay, and then once he gets his mom to call me, I'm like, fundamental.
And so all of this gives
And then
you the
he
courage.
Yes, he led you on.
Like,
No.
He did not leave me on.
No,
Don't say
no,
that.
no.
He never said anything.
Why do you
Don't
tell
say
you
anything.
every day? It's no. When you call a woman
Who
every
said
day,
anything?
you are telling her something.
Okay, I'm the moderator here, and I can tell you for sure that's a story for another day.
Okay, so eventually,
You deserve this know you're about to get, so please just tell us.
eventually, the story was
Totally.
our stars did not collide.
No, say that again.
Our stars did not collide.
Who told you that? He said that to you.
That's what I was told.
Taiwo, you heard some very innovative way, one very mean way.
Let me even talk about my own.
I thought it was quite intelligent though.
Stars.
Because how will I respond to that?
But how did you now break
That's like
it
a
off
definite-
with from like, because the thing is, it's very painful when you have such a close relationship with that person and he thinks that you guys are not cut out for each other, and then
Well, I don't make assumptions. That's
I think
how I
that's the
learned to
lesson.
deal
yeah, but
with.
after talking to him and he told you that our
We
stars
never-
don't collide,
we
you
never-
just went your separate ways.
I still talk to the person today. I mean, we just continued
Yeah,
to
no.
walk down the road of life.
I would like to say that, you know what, we're two individuals here at the end of the day, and we come up to that position, we come up to that resolution at different paces.
Agreed.
So, you know, and I have stuff going on for me at the side. Maybe you may have stuff running on the background for you. So like, I understand the fact that guys or girls get to the point where they realize, you know, we have to put this on the table. Like some people will do it
Yeah.
2 weeks after they meet.
Or the day they meet you.
Or you know, but you
The
know,
day they meet
some
you.
I really do, really should not blame people for how fast they come to the table. There are people who are a guy.
But when you come to the
sometimes
table
it's
too fast,
unreasonable.
yeah,
Come on.
I was
No.
gonna say that.
It's
When you come
unreasonable.
too
You
fast,
just met me
how do
today.
you know that you like this person? You don't have enough evidence or information, you know, to decode whether you like this person or not.
No, I know, but people get the no because sometimes it's premature, yeah.
very
But then there are
premature.
some times where people are at certain positions in their lives when you can imagine meeting a lady who is 42 or 43. She had no time to waste. Like, not like as if her biological clock is not ticking or something like that.
So she should be saying yes.
No.
No, she
What I'm
means
saying
that-
is that
say what
she
is on your
would not
mind.
let a guy lead her on for 6
so
months,
long.
for 1 year,
Yeah.
like a
Agreed.
25-year-old
And then she'll be
girl
hoping
can.
exactly. There's no
You know?
point hoping that this is going to lead to something.
So
and you don't have anything.
a guy who needs to be understanding of that, a guy who is coming on to a 45-year-old man must understand that if she tells you, guy, what are we actually doing here 6 months after,
It's
she has even
understandable.
tried for you.
You cannot say no at that point.
You can
No.
exactly.
Well, okay.
Taiwo.
All right. So I was just gonna talk about my experience, you know, where this guy liked me, really liked me, and I just,
I didn't know he left.
because he had always been on my case, and me, I was not interested. Well, I was much younger, so I'm ashamed about what I'm about to say. And so he sent me a love letter, you know. So I got the love letter, read it, and I was so angry, like that somebody would look at me and say, "You're so beautiful." I was mad that I would be desirable in the eyes of someone. And so I matched up to him and then took the letter and then tore it on his head in front of everybody. And then up till now, we're still friends, but he never lets me live it down.
Oh my
He goes,
goodness.
Oh my
That's
God.
like,
when he was introducing me to his fiance, I think two months ago, he said, "Oh yeah, this is the girl I was telling you about." I
It's like
felt
a movie.
so embarrassed. No, but he's forgiving
Okay,
me.
that's
and then-
a
but I
mean
just think
no.
that's a mean no.
okay,
you
nice
know?
no.
A nice no. A nice no would be when you look at the guy and say, you know what, I like you as a friend, or you, and I have given so many nice no's because I really genuinely like these guys as friends, and I think my personality, being a very warm, sorry to say, well, let me just, I'm a warm,
Yeah, another girl.
you know, being warm and friendly and unassuming, you know, I think guys and girls too warm up to me, and so they misinterpret my intentions as being interested. So when they come on board and say, "Oh, I'm interested in you," and I'm like, "I don't feel the same way." "Oh, but I felt," "No, I don't." And so it's always very painful where you have to look at someone that you've already taken as a friend and say, "I'm sorry, I don't feel that way," and it's painful, but it has to be said.
Yeah, I
The
need to
truth-
draw
Okay.
something from what Ngozi said about the pace at which people come to in terms of, I think that's a valid point.
Yes.
Or valid contributor to how, you know, because saying no is not just saying no at the beginning, or saying no because some guy, because, oh, yo, baby,
had
I
enough
see you.
time.
And, you know, and sometimes saying no sometimes is unreasonable because you've, using Taiwo's words, led me on, you know. And then maybe for some reason and things you discovered, it's now difficult for you to go on and say, how do you deal with that? Because it's also painful to you.
We were talking about just how to say no. Yemi is feeling petrified here. We really grilled her.
Put her on the
Sorry,
spot.
and I put Yemi on the spot, and I said Yemi says no by default. But please, Yemi is out to prove me wrong. So if you have been looking forward to getting a yes from Yemi, call her tonight.
For all you guys, you know, who personally know Yemi, and you are trying to get Yemi to even give you a chance.
What's going on?
Yemi has to say yes to one of you tonight.
To prove to us that she does not say no.
Send us personal messages on our Facebook page. If she said no, let us know. We will deal with the situation.
We're gonna end the show with saying what should be behind our minds, and I feel first of all is respect. And I know that there are certainly people who you really don't want to use crazy on them, but there are people who really go
Stalkish behavior.
Yeah, people who, if you know, you could get a warrant. No, not a warrant. What's that thing? A restraining order. Yeah. You know, if you actually had a chance to, you would get to that extent. So there are some people who also are crazy enough to almost like stage the fact that you're in a relationship and go. You know, I actually have been a victim of this. Like, go and almost like set up the infrastructure to say, that you're in a relationship. Yeah. You have common friends. Somehow they lure you into situations where it seems like as if you're really dating. There are things that you would have done.
Behavior.
Yeah, that's really crazy behavior. There are things that you would have done with the person normally, and then he's almost like going ahead to tell people that, you know what, it's like a corporate bet, like a really dignified bet.
The mindset behind the person who is interested and who would go at lengths, you know, to try to create a situation that really isn't. It just shows that the mindset of that person is one of insecurity. You feel like you don't have what it takes to attract someone, and so you would rather scheme and manipulate yourself into that situation. If you know your value, right, and you know that, you know what, irrespective of this person reciprocating the feeling or not, I am valued as a human being. I have attractive qualities. Now I walk up to Taiwo and I tell Taiwo, I like you, I really do. But Taiwo doesn't feel the same way. Yes, it's gonna hurt me, but that's not the end of the world.
I was gonna say just one more thing. Is also, we should also have self-preservation at the end of the day. Like, as we're respecting the person, we really need to understand that, okay, this is my space. At this point, it now becomes, you know, I have to protect myself.
Yes.
You know, when they say like pass me better breathe blow for somebody, there's some people who are like there and they will be so there that others don't even feel like there's a chance. They are really there, and intentionally they are blocking your air from coming to you. You have to eventually preserve.
It may not be intentionally, it may be because of you as well. Do you understand? Your no is not.
It's not emphatic. It's
like,
yes,
no, I think one valid point is beyond respect. Respect is very essential, because no matter what, we're all human beings. We have different paradigms. We have different views to life. So what you think works for you and I may not be my view, and that is what you should have. So, but in saying no, you should recognize space. Everybody should recognize this. The person who is getting the no, the person who is saying the no.
And I think that just as we round up, we as ladies particularly, we really need to get that lesson of defining, because I know that sometimes we usurp that attention that we are still getting. We've said no, but then we still like the freebies that come from that angle, and we still work that
I
angle.
don't even take freebies.
We work that angle. Like when we're in trouble, we still call that guy to come and we're asking for things that would typically ask people who we are dating. We work that angle sometimes. Yes, Yemi.
But
no, you have.
I'm not. What?
You fall in love with two guys at the same time.
We've got to go. When next we come back, we'll come back apologizing to Yemi and taking up somebody else, hopefully not me.
You will be. I'm so going to make sure.
Guys, don't forget. Okay, get Yemi to go out with you.
Yeah, tonight.
Call her, and let us know so we can, you know.
I'm going to report this to the world.
Alright, right, that was the show. I hope you guys had fun. We had fun show in the studio. Don't forget to subscribe right there. Subscribe, click that button right now. Subscribe, and we promise to bring you a very interesting edition of the show again next week. Bye bye.